Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your reading for the week of November 20th through 26th, 2023. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's very good to have you. And if you are returning to this channel, welcome back. I hope you are getting things out of this reading. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe if you enjoy these readings, and do give me comments about the accuracy of these readings. Now, this is a reading for Taurus. Whether or not you are a Taurus sun, a Taurus rising, a Taurus moon, or have some other significant Taurus placement in your chart. I'm just going to count these out first. And this is, again, and this is going to be a reading for the week of the 20th to the 26th. If you feel that you are called to watch this video at a time, then outside of this time period, then there's still probably Spirit is probably telling you that there is a message here for you. So definitely watch this all the way through. I cover every aspect. I don't just cover love or money. I cover everything. We're doing this by the 12 houses of astrology, and I start with a deck that I have that is called Cartouche, which I'm very familiar with, and then I clarify with the tarot deck. And today's tarot deck that we are using is the Osho Zen Tarot. So let's see. So let's begin with here. Let's clarify for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know this week? Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Well, let's see. Okay, so beginning at the beginning with Aries, Aries energy. This is the first house. This is how you present yourself to the world, how other people see you. And we have Sphinx with the Nine of Swords, which is sorrow. Okay. Nine of Swords tends to come up when we are worried about something, when it's something, and it's something that's affecting us. It's affecting our self-image, affecting the way we see ourselves, perhaps our self-confidence. And this has something to do with something that hasn't been revealed yet. It could be something you're holding back from people and not showing to them. Or it could have to do with something perhaps that you're waiting on. Perhaps you are waiting on a certain result for something, and this is making you feel sorrowful. It's making you feel worried or anxious about a particular situation. But the Nine of Swords, this is something that's about to end or about to be released. So this just says to me that, this card often, as a piece of advice, the Sphinx comes up when we need to sit back, be patient, and just wait and see. And we may be taking that kind of posture right now. We may be just kind of hanging back and seeing what's going to happen with something, but we may have a lot of worries right now. So we'll see more of what that's about as we go on. Second house is your own house, Taurus energy, which has to do with your money, your possessions, what you value. And you've got Ta here, so this is the Capricorn energy. This indicates that you are laying the foundation for something. You may be working very hard these days. Ta is very physical and manual, so I don't know, you may be doing something that involves manual labor, which could involve either how you're making money or something to do with a possession. Like if you own a house, for instance, you might be doing a lot of manual work or something. But this is definitely the idea of persisting with your work. You have it with the celebration card, though. So this is about, there's a third party that's involved here. This card comes up when you may need to... somebody else may be part of your situation, or you may be going out socializing. You may be spending money. Part of what you value may be spending time with friends and doing things. But I feel like there's a sense here that there may be a third party here who is going to help with your financial situation, or perhaps they're coming with a job offer or some kind of financial thing that will be coming in. So I don't know. So right now there's a lot of hard work going on, and this does seem to indicate that involving others may be a good thing. Third house is Gemini. Gemini has to do with communication. This can have to do with business, as it is the house of self-effort. And sometimes it has to do also, it's communication, all the things associated with Mercury. and also with siblings, brothers and sisters, potentially. I mean, you can type that as it resonates. And wow, you've got the consciousness card, the Ace of Swords with the Scarab. So there is definitely some kind of unexpected or fast news coming in. Ace of Swords is news, something that cuts through any illusions that you have. Like I said, this is the consciousness card, seeing something very clearly. And whatever this message is, it is bringing a new beginning. Something is changing. Again, for some of you, this could have to do with business, but this is about messages in general. So some kind of a message is coming in that's going to be a game changer for you, that's going to make you see a situation very, very differently. And I feel like if there has been this worry up here in the first house, then this may be saying that a message is coming very soon with the clarity that you need, and it's going to change things for you in a positive way. Fourth house, this has to do with your home, potentially with family as well, usually the mother specifically. And it can have to do with your physical home or also your sense of being at home. And this house is ruled by Cancer. And it's funny because we have the pregnancy card here. We have the moons, and we have it with Thoth. So this says to me, okay, Thoth is a situation that has to do either with healing, okay, in this particular deck, or it has to do with timing, okay? And the fact that I mentioned that specifically because we see this Patience card here, the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Rainbows in this deck. This is a card that suggests we've been putting the hard work into something, like something is growing here, right? We have this baby, so to speak, or maybe literally for some people, but there's something that's growing, and whatever it is, there's worries about, the end result. Okay, where is this going to go? Is the work that you've put into something going to yield the harvest that you want? Okay, and this is suggesting that whatever's going on here, I feel the phrase that comes in my head is it's something divinely timed. And I know that's a phrase that a lot of people don't like. I'm not even sure I like it myself. But there's this idea that something is timed. Like whatever you're waiting for, it's going to come at the right time. And this is somehow connected to your home, to where you live, or to, could be a family situation, something you're waiting on. Again, maybe you literally have somebody in your family who's pregnant and you're waiting to see how this is going to go. Certainly, if there is a health concern with that, Thoth is a card of good health, so this does bode well if there is a health concern with a family member, or again, maybe if there's literally a pregnancy that someone's waiting to come to term. This does promise a good result. But I think in the broader spectrum, that would just be a separate message for one person. This, I think, is just saying that there's some kind of a situation regarding your personal security, your home, or perhaps even your family, that it's almost time. Whatever it is, it's almost time for something to happen, so patience is still required. Fifth house, this is Leo energy, and Leo has to do with could have to do with children, literally, could have to do with love affairs. I mean, these are unlegalized relationships as opposed to the legal relationships of the seventh house. And it can also have to do with creative projects if neither one of those things applies. And wow, you've got the Six of Wands with Osiris. So this is some situation in which you are recognized, you are important, you are an authority. Lots of fire energy here. So you are either, this could, if this has to do with the love affair, this could have to do with a partner, or it could have to do with you. You could be somebody who's very recognized, or they could be, or a child maybe who's going to receive recognition for something, or kudos, or come to a successful completion of something. But really, this is a very strong creative energy, and if it doesn't have to do with either one of those other things, and again, it's not going to apply to everybody, because maybe not everybody's in a love affair, maybe not everyone has children, then this would be saying, this may be a project or something that you're working on that's going to give you recognition, that you're going to successfully finish, and you can be, satisfied and secure in whatever the result of that is. Okay, sixth house. This is Virgo energy. This has to do with health, can have to do with a particular job, can also have to do with anxieties and worries. And yeah, this is interesting because we have Seth here, and Seth is our Stormbringer. We do have this suppression card, the Ten of Wands. So this is the idea that there is either an anxiety that's oppressing you, perhaps a health issue in some cases. Some people might have health concerns, or it could just be a job, that you hate and it's bringing you down, and it's making you feel oppressed. So yeah, there's definitely a sense here that there needs to, Anubis indicates protection, or the need for protection. Often this comes up when you are in fact protected, or when you just need to navigate a situation carefully. You may feel like you're operating in the dark a little bit with something, but there's definitely the sense that you are not delusional in any kind of thing that you're doing. And there's definitely the sense that there, protection. If for some reason health is an issue here, say somebody has to have a procedure of some kind or is hospitalized, Anubis always indicates things going well with anesthesia and stuff like that. So again, that would just be an individual message for somebody. That's obviously not going to apply to a lot of people watching this, but there's just this sense here that there have either been some worries. I feel like it could have to do with health. I don't know why I feel for somebody, though, this is more about either just something you've been worried about more generally, especially with this sorrow card here in the first house. Or you maybe have concerns about the future, about where things are going. Maybe you've made a job change and you're like, oh, did I do the right thing? Am I putting you may be overwhelmed. You may be putting a huge burden on yourself. And the Ten of Wands in this deck, the suppression card, indicates you want to have a safe outlet for this. Okay, yeah, this is about safety. You need to be able to get this frustration, this anger. You need to think about what it is that's making you anxious, and how you're going to release that energy. When this comes up, I mean, Ten of Wands to me also just indicates there definitely is something that needs to be dropped. So if you say are overwhelmed by a work situation, you're saying, oh, but I can't drop it. This is saying, you know what, for your health's sake, maybe you have to, okay? So there's some kind of a situation that's been occupying your time and energy that needs to be dropped. Seventh house, this is relationships, okay? So this is about long-term relationships, or long-term relationships, legal relationships, and it can be a marriage, it can be a business partnership. If you don't have either one of those things, it might be about your prospects for those things. If you are in a marriage relationship or business partnership, this could be about you or your partner, okay, in a relationship. So we have Buckle of Isis, so this is definitely a card of fidelity. So I don't know. For somebody, this means you may be dealing with somebody who's looking for faithfulness in a relationship, like somebody who's looking for a serious commitment and not looking to play around. And you have it with the Ten of Cups, which is the Harmony card, Ten of Water here, and that this Ten of Cups traditionally is the card of happy marriage, family, things like that. So yeah, there's definitely this strong, for some people, this means that you've got a really strong, and you've got a good family life, you've got a faithful spouse, like everything's good. If you're not in a relationship, this could be what you're aiming for, and this could be, could bode well for the fact that you may meet somebody who wants these things as well, or is willing to work towards these things. In a business setting, it would just, again, there would be this idea of hard work at a particular thing, working harmoniously with somebody, and hard work that will be rewarded. So very good omen there. Eighth house is Scorpio energy, and Scorpio has to do with transformation and change. And this is interesting because we have water, which is a card of movement and change. It could be literal movement in the sense of traveling. We have it with the totality card, the Five of Wands. And as you see, like I said, these trapeze artists here, and one is grabbing onto the hands of the other, and they have to be very careful so that one or both of them don't fall down. And so this is indicating that right now you need to be giving all your attention to something. You need to give all your attention to some kind of a change that you're making. I don't know. And it could literally, like I said, I'll have to look at the ninth house of travel in a moment. But there's this sense here of something is moving and changing. There's a strong emotional component to water. So this may be about letting go of past emotions. And there's definitely the need to, bring your energy together and to focus it on one thing. That especially makes sense here with the sixth house, because this card indicates you're trying to do too many things and you're just completely beaten down and overwhelmed. This is saying focus on one thing at a time. Okay, so that seems to be the path forward for you right now, Taurus. Ninth house, again, here's that Sagittarius energy. And this is interesting. I have this for Aries right now. There's this idea of the twins. I don't know. For some people, this is going to be a long-distance partnership or a partner who's it could be overseas, or could just be far away. But there's definitely this idea of a partnership that's going to be coming up. For some people, this could have to do with education, as this is the house of higher ed, or a spiritual community, as this has to do with spirituality, beliefs, and spiritual organizations. And we have it with the integration card, which is the temperance card in the other in regular decks. This is, I shouldn't say regular, but more traditional tarot decks. An integration, yeah, and it's called the art card in some of the esoteric decks, like the Crowley deck. So this is about bringing opposites together, okay? Temperance is about balancing. It's about finding peace, finding center, finding your center. So for some of you, yeah, I feel like this literally is going to be by taking a journey for somebody, perhaps meeting up with somebody, or you might, some people, this could actually be a spiritual mentor or somebody who's helping you achieve this balance, or just somebody who, maybe seems very opposite to you, but the way you two of you balance each other out. But again, there's something about a distance. So for some people, it could have to do with a journey. It could have to do with somebody who's a mentor or an authority, or somebody who, like who professor or teacher or something. There's this energy here of education and higher learning, as well as travel. That's what the Sagittarius house is associated with. This is Jupiter. This is expansive energy. So there's certainly, at the very least, there's this idea of expanding your horizons, reconciling things that maybe you think of as opposites. And there's definitely another person involved here, whether this is an actual relationship or just a person who comes along to help you or guide you. 10th house is Capricorn. Okay, and Capricorn, this is the house of reputation, fame, and your career. Okay, so if this is a job here, this is the career. This is where you really want to spend your time. And wow, we have the Tower, we have the Thunderbolt card. So this is the idea that foundations are being shaken. You may be this may be why you're worried over here. And this might be why you feel oppressed over here. There may be something happening with a job situation or with a career choice that you've made. You may feel like, this foundations are being shaken. Something needs to be torn down and start over again. And you have it with Nephthys, which indicates something that hasn't happened yet. So I feel like you might feel like you're on shaky ground right now. Some people are actually waiting for information, waiting for something. And this is saying that whatever that thing is, it hasn't come yet. So don't look at the current situation and go, oh my God, this is what it's going to be. This tells me that there's more information coming. And like I said, you feel like you're on shaky ground right now, which resonates with all of this other stuff. With the Sorrow card, it resonates with the Oppression card. But I feel this down here, I feel like this message is going to bring this new beginning. And the card opposite, and I don't know, the message could bring a shakeup. It could leave you feeling shaky. Actually, no, this is actually the opposite of the 9th house. For some reason, I'm holding on to the 9th house here. But still, nonetheless, this has to do with business. This could have to do with career. So these two can go together. And I think that what we're seeing here is that there could be something new coming in that's going to make you feel shaken up. Maybe the path you thought you were going to follow, something's different. Something's going to change. This is unexpected information coming in. But you need to meet this change halfway, because whatever it is, it's ultimately going to lead you to a better place. So as they say over here, stay focused. Okay, 11th house. This has to do with your friendships, your networks, people you know, whether they be business networks or otherwise, and also your goals. And and it's funny, you've got possibilities here. Okay, there's some choices to be made. This is a 2. This indicates that you can kind of look at things. You have the eagle flying overhead here. So it's the idea that you can look at the big picture. This is normally called the card of dominion in some other decks. So you're looking over your world, and you've got choices to make. And it's saying, looking at it positively in the sense of the possibilities that you have. And the fact that you have it with pyramid indicates a test situation. Yeah. So what choices are you going to make with regard to your wishes? Maybe even with regard to your friendships. Okay. There could be certain things where you feel like a certain situation is being tested, and you have to make a decision about what you're going to do. Or in order to reach your goal, you may feel like you're being tested. But the good thing about pyramid is that we always see a good result in the end. So you just need to, again, hang tight and, once again, stay focused. This is a change that is going to be bringing in change for the better, as crazy as some of it may feel right now. Okay, now we've got the 12th house. The 12th house has to do with what's hidden, what we're afraid of. It is definitely, if the first house is what we show people, this is what we don't show people. Okay, and we've got fire with the Ace of Cups. So this is actually kind of a nice thing. Fire indicates, there may be this kind of hidden passion, And the passion could be passion or drive to do something. I mean, the fact that we have the totality card. We've got water in the 8th and fire here. So there's something very alchemical about that. You're kind of blending water and fire. And then you had this integration card over here in the 9th house, which is kind of the same idea. And again, you've got another water card here. So I don't know. I feel like there's fears about, like, possibly for some people, this could be fears about new love, maybe about how it's going to flourish, whether or not the fire is burning brightly, so to speak. There could be some very strong emotions that maybe you're stuffing down or packing in, which kind of also fits in with this oppression card right here. So I don't know. There may be some kind of a new situation here where you feel like you're hanging back a little bit. And kind of trying to keep your emotions about something in check. That's what I feel like this might be. So overall, we've got the awareness card, which is the Chariot here. So you see this person who's like peeling off this shadowy outer layer to reveal the person underneath, and we have it with Lotus. And again, well, I'm saying again because I did this in the Aries reading, the number 7. 1 + 6 is 7. This is card number 7. And then it's right directly underneath you is card number 7. And above you is card number 16. 1 + 6 adds up to 7 with another 7 at the top of this card. So number 7 is really important for you this week, Taurus. I don't know, but take that as it resonates. Could be 7 days, could be 7 weeks. I don't know. But the awareness card, if it's like the Chariot, then there's this sense of being awake and aware and being in control of your situation. This is saying that you don't need to worry. Lotus comes up when we're stressed out about things, but ultimately, whatever the situation, things are not going to get any worse if you're fearing that something's going to go wrong. There's a need to just kind of be calm and centered and to take control of your Chariot, so to speak. But looking at this from the point of view of awareness, this is indicating that you are going through a period now of which things that have been hidden, as we're seeing in the 1st house and the 10th house. This stuff is going to be revealed now. Okay, we're actually going to be able to see what's really going on, and the path forward will be clear. That's it for this week for you, Taurus. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.